My name is Octaviana Tri Ramadayanti. I'm from Kroya, Central Java, Indonesia. Right now, I'm a student who really enjoys learning about Islam, but I also care about education and social justice. What defines me today is not just my grades or my major, but the way I think, I ask why, and I try to connect my study with real life. For example, I often ask myself how Islamic law can better protect women's rights, or how teachers can make madrasah classroom more meaningful. I don't have all the answer yet, but I slowly becoming someone who thinks more critically and acts more responsible. Um, Future goals in 5 years, I see myself as a teacher or researcher in Islamic study, maybe in university or a religious institution. I want to write simple, clear material so that students don't feel scared of hard texts like Vicky Jinaya. On a bigger level, I hope to contribute to better education policies that respect both religion and human rights. For me, achieving this means finishing my graduate degree with strong research skills, improving myself so I can read international journals and possible continuing to a master program. I also know that I need to be disciplined with my time and my habits because dreams don't come true without daily effort. When it comes to learning English, my biggest stride in my motivation, I really want to use English to understand more global ideas about education and human rights. So I don't treat it as just a subject. I enjoy listening to English podcasts, watching short videos, and reading simple news articles. However, my weakness are speaking and listening. When I speak, I get nervous and sometimes forget simple words. I also have trouble understanding fast speakers or strong accent. I realize that this is not because I'm bad at English, but because I don't practice because I don't practice speaking enough in real situation. My learning strategy. My learning strategy is based on my style. I like clear structure and personal connection. First, I set small, related goals like learning 10 new words every week and using them in my own sentence. Second, I try to learn in context. For example, I choose topic I care about like education in Indonesian on or human rights. And I read or watch content about them in English. Third, I record myself speaking and then listen again to correct my pronunciation. I also like reading short reflection in English. Even if they are simple, for me, this is better than memorizing long lists of words without using them. This strategy works because it feels meaningful, not forced. Next, weekly time management plan. Here is my weekly time management plan in a simple way. Morning 6 to 8 a.m. Wake up, prayer, like SRS, and 20 minutes of English. Reading or listening. Day 8 to 5 p.m. Lectures, Islamic studies, research, and tutorial work. Evening 6 to 8 p.m. Dinner rest, family time. Night at 8 review notes, write reflection, or do a light English practice. Sunday, I use this day to plan the next week, review what I learned, and adjust my schedule. I try to predict about 1 hour per day for focus study and about 20 minutes per day for English practice. I also keep some free time for relaxation and hobby because I know that being too busy can actually reduce productive. So, productive versus busy activities. Finally, I have learned to distinguish between productive activity and just busy activity. Productive activity are those that clearly move me toward my goals, like reading Islamic texts, doing research, practicing English speaking, or planning my schedule. Basic activity are tools that fill my time but don't really help, like scrolling social media for hours, attending meetings without clear purpose, or studying without a real plan. For example, last month I realized that I spend almost 2 hours every day on random social media. When I cut that down to 20 minutes, I could extra time to write a short reflection paper in English. This small change show me that being productive is not about being passive. It's about being intentional. So, who I am today is a student who is still learning, still making mistakes, and still overthinking. But I am becoming someone who plans better, speaks or confidently, and connect my studies with real life. Social media, behavior, and digital roles. I scroll Instagram and TikTok daily for 1 until 2 hours, mostly for quick-headed quotes or study tips. But it often distracts me from assignment. Analyzing this, I realize many posts trigger FOMO, leading to poor focus last semester. I procrastinate on a wiki paper because of viral reels. My digital rules fix this. First, I set a 13 minutes timer per apps using built-in screen time limits. Second, I unfollow accounts with negativity or ads, keeping only educational ones like Islamic scholars page. Third, I ask before posting, does this add value or just seek likes? This critical filter ensures social media supports my goals, not derails them. Online versus offline networking comparison. Networking builds my career in academic, but online and offline differ sharply. Online networking via linked or student WhatsApp group is faster. You connect with hundreds globally in minutes, sharing research links instantly. However, it feels swallow. Messages like emotion and facts hide behind profiles. Offline networking at campus events or Moscow study circle, while slower and local, build deeper trust through face-to-face talk. You read body language and from real phones over tea. Offline demands effort like travel, but it leads to mentors who remember you personally. Overall, one online scales connection, but offline com, commands them. I play both for balance. Real decision with conditional time. A choice I face. Join the student organization, like Himpunan Mahasiswa Agama Islam, or take a part-time job tutoring Quran online. Organization build leadership for my resume, but job give cash for books. If I join the organization, I will gain teamwork, skills, and friends, boosting my presentation confidence for classes. But if I choose the job instead, I will earn 500 monthly. Isn't family pressure yet miss leadership roles? Critically, weighs this if I prioritize long-term growth or organization. I will networking better for future scholarship. If short-term needs win, I will fund study no batteries installation. I lean organization says skill less longer. Monthly financial habit and budget logic. With 2 million allows monthly, I use Quenly first to track a little gas to once few coffee, much to meat, and few luxuries. I save 3% in a digital bank for emergency. Simple logic. List income versus expenses in a table. If out excess in, cut non-essentials like snacks. Example: food 700, study 800, save 600, fun 100. This prevents debt last month, keeping many impulse by save 200. So thanks. Smart decisions come from reflection, not impulse. Try my rules. What's your student hack? Thank you for watching. I'm sorry for my mistake. Don't forget to like. Bye.